Hello and welcome to another episode in my Warhammer 40k Conquest series. In this episode, we'll be painting up our Ryza Ruins, and also I'll be doing it in several different locations just for fun. Stay tuned. Alright, so the Ryza Ruins, we got a very simple paint scheme in the issue 30, and I'll just show you how to get that down nice and easily. For the second lot of the Ryza Ruins, I'll be doing a little something different. So I'll be showing you conversion ideas to sort of make it look a bit more chaos influenced, and we'll throw in a slightly different paint scheme as well. So keep an eye out for those videos in the future. They should be out in a couple of weeks, because of course I got the apothecary and then some other bits and pieces to do before then. So until then, let's get cracking here. So as you can see, I had sprayed them in Abaddon Black first, or Chaos Black actually, that's the name of the spray. Yeah, so as you can see, I have already sprayed them. Got a nice even coat on them. There were some bits and pieces missed, so I made sure that I went over it with some Abaddon Black as well to, you know, fill out all those little bits that have been missed, and to also give a nice even coat over the entire terrain set, so that if I do neaten up any mistakes from the other paint, then there won't be a difference in the finish, as the spray is slightly different to the pot paint. So if you are doing it by brush, make sure that you do thin down the Abaddon Black nicely, not too much. You'll find that if you water it down too much, then it's just not going to stick to the paint, to the model. So just a little bit of water will do, and that way you won't get lumps or streaks in your paint, and you also avoid blocking out those little details as well. Now let's move on to what you'll need. So first of all, we will be dry brushing the entire thing with Mechanicus Standard Grey. So that's after you've done the Abaddon Black base. We'll then be filling out details in Lead Belcher and Retributor Armor, and then once we've done that, we'll shade in the Lead Belcher with Gnome Oil, and the Retributor Armor with Agrex Earthshade, and then we'll be picking out some details with the Piston Red. Tissue, get your big dry brush, and make sure you shake that really well. You want to get a fair bit onto the palette. You don't want to soak your brush in it, you just want to get a fair bit so you can work it into the bristles. Don't work it all the way up the top, like you only want it halfway, because you don't want to spoil the brush. And then work the worst off onto the tissue, so you sort of get that sort of effect there, and then you just start having at it. So go lightly, just let the tip of the brush bristles catch the edges like that, and you can always go over it again if you're not happy with the colour. As you can see, it's already picking it out nicely like that. Do remember that you want to try and get all the different directions, so don't just do it from one direction, do it from a couple of directions like so. And you see it looks fantastic already. And then for the flat areas, you can just little circles very lightly. You don't want to block it too much, just lightly in circles, just catch a little bit in there like that. Alright, so once you finish dry brushing, it should look something like that. Looks cool. So you want to paint the fan blades carefully, like so. Try not to get all the edges. You can do the middle bit. You can also paint that bit as well. I did go through all of this, but the focus was off, so just going over the steps again. So you see these air vents here. You can paint those, like the consoles or the fuse boxes. These little round air vents as well, and of course the girders and the beams where they are broken, just to show that the paint, that's, you know, where the paint isn't, so to speak. So it'll be all along those broken edges, like so. If you see little broken edges like this, you can do that there. And then yeah, that's it really. I'm gonna do door as well. I know it has it as highlighted and everything as the rest of the stuff, but I prefer to do that metal. And then I'm going to paint the entirety of this in silver as well. So I know it says in the book to paint it from silver from the beginning, but as you've seen in previous videos, it's a lot easier to go over a black base coat with the lead belcher, because you get a lot more of a solid finish on that first coat. So let's get on with it. So when you do paint these beams, remember to just dab around the edges slightly, and it can be as messy as you like because it adds to the effect, but it makes it look like the paint is chipped a bit more around the area where it's broken. Alright, next up we get our Retributor Gold, and then we start painting pipes. So we've got like these pipes here, and if you have a look around you can find different things. If you really want to be a bit more intricate, you could do like the knobs and switches if you wish, just to break up some of those colours. I'm going to cut there. If you notice, I did paint the nuts and bolts, but I only did them solid on about half of the nuts and bolts, like so, and I sort of lightly brushed over the rest just to give it a look of them, you know, having the paint slightly chipped off. So that's that. Right, so back to it. So yeah, we're doing pipes. So you see all these pipes along here and such, all the way down. You've got these broken pipes here, broken pipes there. You've got like some kind of canister or whatever. You've got dials and everything. So paint all of that, and any other details you want to do. You've got like the big pipes here as well, and yeah, just have a bit of fun with it. There's no right or wrong way about it. Yeah, be creative. Also, there are details on the hatch that you can do. So you can do like this stamp here, paint that whole thing. Like so. And like you could do the rim of the hatch as well. And anything else you wish to do. Okay, so once you've done all your gold bits, you'll need to get your Nuln Oil and your Agrax Earth Shade, and you'll be using the Nuln Oil to shade all the silver areas, and the Agrax Earth Shade to shade in all of the gold areas. So feel free to use a palette if you want, or get a bit of blue tack underneath. This is the wrong brush. Whoops. Shade brush. So got those. And you can go as heavy or as light as you like with this. If you want a dirtier look, go heavier. Just make sure you don't let it pull like this. Push it around and make sure you get good coverage. And then do the same with the aggressive shade on the gold areas. Okay, so once all the washes have, or the shades sorry, have dried, the next thing you want to do is get your Piston Red and then find those little details and paint them red. So I'm going to do these little, actually no, I'm going to paint those gold again, but you could do this part of the hatch here, like so. Just be very careful, make sure that you got your fingers touching each other and model, and you've got somewhere nice and steady to rest your elbows. Your cabling, paint that up, and then you can always return, and you see these little brackets that hold the cables together. You can just go back over them in silver if you wish. Yeah, just take your time, keep it steady, and yeah, if you wish to do any other details as well, it's fully up to you. And I'll show you in the community focus section, which is coming right up, a few things and ideas that you can get up to, and you'd be surprised what you can do with the availability paints that you have. So carry on until you're done, and then once you've done that, neaten up and jobs are good. So it's time for the community focus again, and this time I wanted to have a look at what you guys did with your Ryza Ruins. So let's start with Nathan Paul. Now as you can see, he's done a nice dark theme, but he's gone a little bit extra. He's put in a couple more colours, like the bronze around the vents there, and he's also added loads of skulls as well, which looks really cool. And then he's added some gravel at the base as well to give it a bit more texture, to make it look like it fits a bit more. And there you go, there's the other side of that piece as well. So yeah, no, it looks really cool, and thank you again for sending that in. Next up is David, and he's done his following the paint scheme from the magazine, with the slight addition that he has used more of the red to break up the colours. So he's done some red on the bigger pipes, and on the console I think he's put a bit of blue for the screen there, which is great. He's done some blue cabling there as well, and also I can just grab the other picture, you can see there like the pressure valve and everything. It's all been nicely broken up with different colours, so he's done a really good job there. I even think I've seen yeah, some of the handles on the valves are painted red as well. So it looks really great, mate. You've done a really good job there, and you've used those spot colours to really help break everything up. So thank you again for sharing that. Next up is Tom Tattersall, and he has also followed the paint scheme that's in the magazine, and he's done a lovely job with it. Very neat, looks great, and it's very effective as well. And I'm sure that's going to look absolutely fantastic on the battlefield as well. So I can't wait to see what you do with your second lot. So thank you again for sharing. Alright, and now for my very first reply to this post on Twitter from Wargaming Lobby. And they've done a great piece here, lots of weathering. They've used Ryza Rust, which is perfect for the Ryza Ruins. And they've done it to great effect, so it's got a really dingy, rusty, old, worn look to it, and it's very befitting for a battlefield as well. And yeah, no, it looks really great, and I can't wait to see what the rest of your stuff looks like as well. So thank you again for sharing that, and thank you for being my first Twitter reply. So that'll be all for now. Thank you very much for joining me. I will be doing something different with the next Ryza Ruins, so keep an eye out for that one. And in the next video we will be looking at what we're doing with our new paint. So yeah, let's see what we get up to there. So thank you again for joining me, and I'll see you in the next one.